cuidarnos es responsabilidad de todos. Quédate en casa. Si tenés que salir, usa tapabocas.
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit the world, we were unable to host the annual global convening. So by 2022, when the world opened up, or many parts of the world opened up, we prepared to bring 3 years of fellows or graduates of our fellowship programs together for an in-person event. And we wanted to ensure that the venue was where one of our programs were based.
The fellows expressed exhaustion from COVID, this experience of the pandemic having taken away a lot of their energy, enthusiasm, and that they just needed the convening to be a point of rest and reflection and rejuvenation.
Warm and sunny greetings to everybody from Phuket.
My expectation for meeting after so long is to relearn to reconnect. There's a lot of work to be done, but there's a lot of connection to be made.
Let's celebrate, dance to the beat, forget the wars and stop the feet now. The fun and games and memories I love to share with my family. And everything is better when we get together. Everything is better when we are side by side.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a joy to see you. Such a joy to see you all after 2 years of not being able to come together.
What we call Thailand, usually we call the land of smiles, but underneath of smiles, there are many things we are struggling. We have a challenge on human rights issues.
It was really important for us to lift up the politics and the issues of the region, not only of Thailand, and who better to do that than our incredible Atlantic fellows who live in Thailand and across the Southeast Asian region.
Vulnerable migrant workers who are already burdened by economic disparity, they're already burdened by high rates of personal debt, are being deceived and trapped in forced labor, slavery, by cross-border networks of recruiters, brokers, and employers profiting off their exploitation.
The theme for the convening was the power of R. The fellows were very emphatic that they did not want to be spoken at. They made it very clear that they believe and feel that a lot of the knowledge and expertise already exists within the community. What they wanted was this convening to really be also about reimagining, which is the other R of the power of R, reimagining the world in the way we wanted to, a world without inequity, and also doing that through different ways of engagement, through poetry, through song, through dance, and through sitting together.
doing this, make sure you breathe. Pay attention to your breathing. Is your breathing shallow? Is it deep? Feel for your senses. What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting?
One of the critical aspects of our connection is that we connect across difference. We connect across culture, across identities, across ideologies, and our creative pieces really were emblematic of that. So that performance was a way to demonstrate through the arts what collaboration can look like through song when you merge different traditions, different instruments, and different voices.
Oh, won't you look at us? African, brilliant, radiant, gifted, and black. Our voices have moved mountains and changed narratives. Oh, won't you look at us?
We are AFRE, Atlantic Fellows for Racial Equity. We are 67 from across the two nations and 12,000 kilometers from point to point. We were modeled in Magaliesberg, tested in Tarrytown, broke through in Beckley, came together in Thailand, and always spiritually synced.
88 fellows coming together from several different continents, representing a multidisciplinary view. Everything from an environmental activist to a person who is a theater actor, to physicians, to policymakers, coming together to discuss how we can build a fairer, more inclusive, and diverse society around us.
So I challenge you to find 5 ways to say hello without speaking, without touching, around with your friends around you, and we'll do the same on stage. Ready? All right, let's begin.
We are young professionals from a range of background, disciplines, and life experience. We share passion, determination, and vision to advance health equity and social justice in 13 countries in Southeast Asia and China.
Gender equality.
No. Abortion rights.
No.
Housing rights.
No. Distribution. No.
We are the disruptors.
We wanted to start our presentation by standing in a condition of solidarity with our brothers and our sisters and our friends from the United States who today heard the sad news that another black man was shot 60 times by the police. We weep with you from our hearts. We weep with you from our soul. We weep with you from our spirits. We stand in a condition of acknowledgement and solidarity with you because black lives matter.
I need a fist in the air, man. I need a fist in the air. Yeah, come on.
I'm gonna spit some real game to him, all right?
I got my good white shorts on today. Roll with me. Check it. I rock with the mentality that's heavy like gravity. You big ratty eminence to call me your match, the elite rhyme spitter, prominent beat rider, for show freedom seeker. With every fiber of my being, can hardly believe what I'm seeing. White mobs rush the Capitol, 12 start screaming, and everybody shocked cause the cops was chill. And if they was black, they would shoot to kill. But we live the contradiction every day, the infection of white supremacy, and nowhere is it more.
This community exists to bring fellows together, to connect across programs, across geographies, disciplines and cultures. It is the gift of connection to imagine and then to collectively act. As such, it asks of each and every one of us to lift our heads above our specific contexts and to lean in and connect with people who do not look like us, who do not speak the same language, who come from different professions and backgrounds, who may think differently to us, but who at heart are connected through those core human values of curiosity, of kindness, and of grace. It's about finding chemistry of character, having those gritty, uncomfortable, and courageous conversations. Being part of this community is being part of an ecosystem rather than an ecosystem.
We aim to connect across programs. So if you're looking at the slide, you'll see this thing that says we focus on cross-program collaboration. So the idea is to get people from Southeast Asia in conversation with people from Tekano, people from AFRI in conversation with people from GBHI. And I think you can see those strong connections. I know yesterday in the conversation that the Tekano fellows are saying, what is happening in Asia with affirmative action? We see the same resonances in the US. We see the same resonance in South Africa, and that's what we tried to do.
So we had one fellow who, while in Thailand, wrote and created a one-person play to articulate what it's like to travel as a Black person from South Africa. And it was a very powerful, uncomfortable, difficult moment that, again, speaks to our objective of having courageous conversations, saying the things we don't really feel comfortable to say.
On our arrival at the check-in point, we had to produce papers. We produced all of that and submitted to them. And they said, verification denied, was not verified. So they had to deport us. White people are white people. They must learn to listen. Black people are Black people. They must learn to talk.
Only through experiencing, seeing, hearing from other fellows about their very real experiences of inequity can we begin to challenge ourselves to make changes and make transformations that are effective. We also need to be able to vision the future we want, and we need to be able to understand and make use of the tools that are available for that. And so Professor Sohail Inyautala was our only keynote.
I'm going to focus, even though there's so many issues on the present, we're going to start to focus a bit on the future. You're creating a journey about fellowship, about a different type of world, and I want to use some of the methods and tools from futures thinking to perhaps make it more pertinent, rigorous, etc.
Through hearing from Professor Sohail, we're able to say, so if we want a world that is equal, that has no discrimination, that is anti-racist, what are the tools and how can we begin to sort of craft that in our work?
Just what an amazing experience it was. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to come here, to reconnect.
This convening has been an amazing thing for me, especially since the COVID hit and we couldn't see so many other fellows, we couldn't come together. So just being able to bring diverse people to connect, to share ideas, to share love, to share to be able to collaborate and meet with one another, just being in this room of safe community, it's amazing for me.
In the spaces we're working, we have to work within a certain protocol that people are expecting of you. But here, you can just throw questions and you're not afraid. The courageous conversations.
I have really felt at peace being here. It's been so much of pressure in the world, and now we are at this place where the first thing you see is calm and peace, and it helps to regenerate your thinking.
Every time I meet someone and hear their story, I feel so grateful to be with others, and that it's so supportive, and that we are working more in terms of how are we connected, how can all of us giving and living in a realm of reciprocity can really restructure this world and really change our systems.
We are in solidarity.
Yes, and
we connect.
Yes. Yes, and
We are fluid.
yes, and
We are diverse.
yes, and
We protect.
yes, and
We give.
yes, and
We receive.
yes, and
We celebrate.
yes, and.
So following the Thailand event, small groups of fellows connected and ideas were sparked. And the applications for grants that are on offer from the Institute, including the Ideate grant, the Pilot grant, the Connect grant, applications have significantly increased. And that's what we wanted to see. Inequities are not inevitable. We believe that they're made by people and therefore can be dismantled and addressed by people. The Atlantic global community exists to accelerate the eradication of global inequities for fairer, healthier and more inclusive society.